than the body of the email. Well, let me explain to you how email marketing works. Okay, so if we take a look at this email process, basically you start out with an email list when you're first starting out. And when you've built out this email list, now what happens is you send all these emails to your email list and they pop open their email or browser, and whether that's Gmail, Outlook, whatever it is, and they start scanning through these emails. Now, some of these emails are going to get deleted, right? So you might have some of these that don't catch your attention, but then others, such as these right here, they might have some attention. They might catch the person reading or scanning their email the attention. So now, as a human, as looking through these emails, you decide, or the person, the end user, say, hey, these are the two that caught my attention. I want to read this and I want to read that. So you go ahead and click one. So when you click one, you've already committed. You've committed to opening up the email and saying that it's interesting for you to take action. And this is where this next step. So in part 3, you're opening up the email right here and you're scanning for things, but already the little things are catching your attention. So because you've already committed to it, so already things are interesting and you're spotting and looking for those interesting things. It's kind of like you're hunting for those interesting things. So between step 1, step 2, and step 3, think of it like going into booking tickets for a magic show. You've already decided that magic is interesting. You've already committed to the fact that you want to see a show. So now you just need a few little things to keep your visual stimulation, to get you excited. You just need a few of those clues to sell you that the show was good or great. But already, when you've bought the tickets right here, when you've gotten this email and decided to click on that subject line, you've committed to that email. Now, of course, there's some people that are a little more skeptical about things within emails. They might click it just to see what's in there. But in general, most people, once you've already committed to the subject line, whether it's an offer from a company, whether it's your friend who's sending you a chain letter, whether it's some gossip story or news stories or a bill that's due, once you've opened it up or selected it or it's been put on your radar, anytime it's been put on your alert radar in your mind or brain, all of a sudden you're going to go into the email and you've committed to it. So for this reason, for this exact reason, why it's way more important to have a killer subject line. And that's why that subject line is much more important than the actual body. Because by the time people hit the body of the email, you know, you might have some grammatical mistakes from time to time, or you may have some broken links. But by the time people have already committed to it, even if you send a follow-up email correcting those mistakes, you'll be okay most of the time, because the subject line already sold them. Okay, they already want what's in the email. And now all you need to do in the email is tell them where to get it or how to get it or what they need to do. So that's ultimately the point and the key, is that if you create a killer subject line, it's much more important than the body, because our preconceived, our mind, the psychology behind human behavior is that we're already committing to that email and we're already looking for things that are working and looking for things that go along with what we've committed to. All right, so I hope that makes sense when you're starting to craft your email campaigns and when you're starting to build upon your email list, is focusing on that subject line and how important it is. And you can make subject lines very creative, from using emojis to using, you know, creative little textual ways to get people to open things up using arrows, you know, or using hot trigger keywords. You know, using emotional hot buttons or emotional keywords can really get people's curiosity going and get them to open up the email. So think of those creative ways of how you can create killer subject lines that get people to get pre-interested, predisposed, and commit already to your email. Now, if you enjoyed this video lesson, you want to see more training videos like this one, just click the thumbnail right over here and you'll continue learning with me. But if you want to sign up to my newsletter list, where I share with you some exclusive content, some webinars, and some special offers and promotions for my courses and books, then click the link over here on this side and get on my newsletter list by entering your name and email address when you get on that page.